Welcome to Jim Sells the Suncoast, your go-to podcast for all things real estate on Florida's beautiful Suncoast. I'm your host, Jim, your friendly neighborhood real estate agent, and each week we dive into the vibrant world of buying and selling homes while embracing the laid-back lifestyle that makes Florida such a paradise. In our episodes, we'll explore the latest developments shaping our communities and spotlight the incredible companies and industries that play a vital role in real estate, from movers to mortgage brokers, title agents to insurance pros. Whether you're a first-time buyer, a seasoned seller, or simply dreaming of that perfect beachside bungalow, we've got insights, tips, and plenty of local flavor to guide you. So grab your sunscreen and get ready to soak up knowledge, laughs, and a little sunshine as we navigate the Suncoast together. Let's make your real estate dreams a reality, one episode at a time. Greetings all, and I'd like to introduce today Rhett Fisher, who is joining me from Crosswind Ranch and West Bay Builders. He's been in real estate for about 8 years, selling new homes. He's been with West Bay for about a year, coming out of New Jersey. Welcome. Glad to have you here.
Thanks, Jim. Glad to be here.
Can you give me an overview of that whole development? What's going on there?
Crosswind Ranch started about 2 years ago now, a little over 2 years. It's all developed by Homes by West Bay. So it's all single family homes. You drive through the community with the barrel tile roofs and some larger homes. There's a lot of space between homes. We've got a lot of natural scenery and wildlife. We didn't just come in here and flatten it out and build homes. There's a lot of good vegetation, which people do love.
Absolutely. I think some of that green area, when you can put the homes maybe in one section, it opens up so you have a lot of that room to grow and bike or walk or trail or whatever it is.
Right.
That's a big deal. I do like that a little bit of space in the lots. I know every place has its own niche, right? If you need a smaller home or you're getting in there, perfect. Downsize and go into it. But this gives you a little bit of room, which is bucking the trend of some of the areas that I've seen along that Parrish corridor. So we talked about the single family homes. What size ranges are we talking about here? What's the choices for your
So really
potential
we're
buyers?
anywhere from 2,100 square feet to we go all the way to 4,850 now.
Oh,
so
wow.
Big homes. Yeah. That's our 70-foot lots that we just released.
And most of these are going, I'm assuming, 3-bedroom to start with and then going up to 5?
3-bedroom to actually all the way to 7 bedrooms.
Wow. So tell me a little bit about the difference in the homes, multi-level, 2 or 3 car garage. What are the options or choices just from a basic viewpoint on that?
Yeah, so we go from our 2,100 square foot floor plan is a 2-car garage. We'll go up to our 3-car garage, 1-story and 2-story homes. We have 2 different series in here as well. It's called Artisan. The Artisan series, you can really do a lot with design when you get into our design center, where Homes by West Bay you can really personalize the inside of your home. You sit down with an interior designer for 8 hours. You do your floors, you do your cabinets, you do your countertops. You can build a pool with us. It's very customizable on the interior of our homes. So that's our Artisan series. When you get into our Innovation series, you can do the same. There's not as many choices, but it is still very personable inside the home when you build.
I spoke with somebody and they really 2 ways, right? You can either personalize or you can customize it.
Right.
And short of changing the actual floor plan, you got a lot of customizable choices and options you can put together. The other one are kind of saying, hey, that's how we save a little bit on cost. Here's the choices. It's limited. Here's what we can do. Really being able to open it up for both buyers in one development. And the fact that it's just West Bay in that development. A lot of them down here have multiple builders in there. And sometimes you have some styles that go swing a little wild. So it's nice when you go in there and you have that cohesion, that feeling of community.
Which is a big deal as well for holding values of homes. The same look, same feel, same builder. Quality is really our big deal. Homes by West Bay is a private builder that started in Tampa in 2009, which sounds funny. A builder started in 2009, but they took that as their opportunity. And they've just grown from there. The resilience of the company is unbelievable.
2009 sounds like it was just the other day, but it was really 15, almost 16 years ago. Right. And the different things we've gone through between the housing crisis of 2008 and then everything we've gone through up and through COVID, they've weathered a lot. So if they're still out there building that great product, that's probably a testament to what they've got going. What are the starting prices? What's the price points for the homes in here?
So base price wise, we range anywhere from $499, $990, all the way up to $828, $990. To unravel that a little bit more, base price does not include a lot premium. It doesn't include your structural or your design options, which is nice because you can personalize it, like we said.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You have a wide range of price points for the same floor plan, right? The home that starts at 617, 990. I've had customers build that home for 700,000 out the door.
Mm-hmm.
I've had customers build that home for 1.4 million out the door.
Right. Right.
It's just it's very personal. But even at that 700,000 price point, the bones you have on our house with the 12-foot ceilings and just the floor plan itself is beautiful, and it's still a beautiful home when you get in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It amazes me that you have 7-bedroom homes in there, with multi-gen being a huge growing component of the market. That seems like it might be a little bit tailor fit right for them to go in there with enough homes and rooms to handle 1 or 2 generations or
Right.
3.
And we are really seeing a good amount of that, whether it be parents, in-laws, or whether it's kids that haven't left. They went through college and they need to start somewhere. And a lot of our floor plans actually, we say we don't move walls and things like that, but we have pre-planned structural options where you
Right.
can take a home and you can create, say, you pull the den together with a bedroom and you can create a second master, a junior suite, or just a bedroom with its own bathroom, full bath in it. So that gives that opportunity without changing the home too much.
So they can really, what do they need for their family and what's going to make it work?
Right.
They can look at that basic structure and go from there.
Mm-hmm.
What other costs are there when we look at HOA fees or CDD fees, and what is included in that cost?
So our CDD, the amenities are all in our CDD costs. Our innovation series, you're 2,800 for the year, and then our artisan, you're 3,300 for the year. But we do have low HOA fees; those are $15 a month.
Okay.
Speaking of amenities, we've just started moving dirt on our first amenity center in here. We're all very excited. So it's going to be a huge resort style pool, a lap pool that is attached to the resort style pool that will have a splash pad, 4 pickleball courts. We all know that's huge now. And then they'll have a dog park and a playground as well.
Okay. So really you're talking $15 a month,
A month.
really total between the two, which is not bad at all for access to all of that. And then maintenance, as far as the community, no maintenance, they're responsible for their yard.
They are responsible for your yard. We
Okay.
do provide the irrigation water. The front, sides, and back of the homes have irrigation, underground irrigation piped in that's reclaimed. But maintenance wise, yeah, landscaping is all on the homeowner.
Okay.
Most people would grab somebody for $80 a
Right.
month or whatever it is. And those guys, they get 30 people in a row and they just hit everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said earlier, pools are an option, so they can come in.
Yeah. So that's our Artisan Series home.
Uh-huh.
If you come in and you want to put a pool in the back of your Artisan Series home, we can build a pool simultaneously with your build so
Right.
that when you close, you've got a pool.
Yeah.
We subcontract it to Coast Pools, awesome pool builder. You sit down, you design the pool with them, and they'll build it along with the build.
And they have some options, so you can stylize that to match your house.
They may have less options because they're doing a higher volume. Say if you went outside and did a pool after your home, but the is awesome. You can just
absolutely
ready to go.
Just waded through.
Right. Yeah.
So how big is the Crosswind as far as
Crosswind right now? We're actually only in the first phase of 7. So it's going to be a quite large community. We control about what we're doing with the 2,000 lots.
What's the construction timeline?
Time is, our cycle time has really shortened over this past year, where we can actually build a home about 5 to 6 months.
So what then is the projected, and how many homes are built now?
So right now we're out about 200 homes built.
Okay.
So that's about 10% of the community.
How is West Bay handling warranties and post-sale support for homeowners?
So we have a 1-year warranty, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, and then we have a 10-year structural warranty.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about the area around Crosswind. I know that is a growing community up Parrish, Ellington, that whole corner. What's going to be available for your new home buyers? I know when we look at the airports, we're pretty close. You're probably 40 minutes from Sarasota and 40 minutes from Tampa. Lakewood Ranch to the south is only 20 to 30 minutes with all the restaurants and dining,
Mm-hmm.
as well as what's growing on Mox and Wallow.
Right.
That whole area is just a boomtown right now.
So I think the beauty of really Crosswind Ranch is to not be in the middle of all of that.
Right.
There's a lot of people that, hey, we want a house in the middle of it. There's a lot of people that don't. People
Mm-hmm.
don't want to be around the traffic and getting out of
Right.
their community when school is getting out. So I think being a little off of that and just about 5 minutes to it is a great thing because you can breathe. You can get to Lakewood
Sure.
Ranch through the back way, through Rye Road. You don't have to go into the town, into 301, onto Mox and Wallow and wait for that traffic getting to 75 because it is growing. What they say, Mox and Wallow quarter is 26,000 homes coming in.
Yeah.
This gives you a little breathing room and opportunity to be away from that.
It's access to everything without being in it.
Stuck in it.
What kind of incentives or special offers are you offering currently for any potential home buyers?
So currently what we're doing is on our to-be-built homes, we offer 6% of whatever you price out the home to be at contract, right? So at contract, we will sit down, we'll go through the floor plan, we'll go through the pre-planned structural options that we have. Like we talked about, if you want a bedroom with a bathroom inside of it, if you want 16-foot sliders, if you want 24-foot sliders, those items we set at contract, especially because they have to go through permitting. And we don't have to wait for you to do your design appointment and figure out your customizable stuff inside the house. But we do that. So you get your floor plan base price, you add your lot premium, you add your structural, and then we come up with a design budget for you, depending on where we think you're going to be. From that number, we take 15% deposit. And then from that number, we give you a 6% incentive. So in most cases, it's $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 that you can use for closing costs or rate buy downs or just flex money off the price.
Okay. And do you have a vertical integration with or preferred lender, title, insurance?
We have service contracts with, which they can actually go to their banks and get us better rates or better pricing for our customers. And then we actually do require you to use them if you're going to take advantage of our incentive.
Okay. When we look at Crosswind in West Bay, has actually gotten pretty big in the area. What kind of environmental considerations were taken into account as we go through the planning and construction phase? Anything specific that was set out for Crosswind?
When you're sitting on your lot or you're looking out your back window, there's a lot of greenery, a lot of conservation. We kept a lot of the look of the land per se. And it's more like community roads through that.
Yeah, as opposed to some of the developments that come in, clear everything, and you're like, oh, the trees will look great in 25 years.
Yeah. I think that's also a big part of us not having the 2,000 homes laid out perfectly is you want to, as we build, keep that aesthetic. So it's easier to do, or if you run into something where you have to change something, you can.
Any restrictions or guidelines homeowners should be aware of, any kind of pet policy or rental restrictions within the community?
HOA docs, very similar to pretty much every community, 6-7 month rentals. Only we don't do any short term, so that kind of protects our homeowners. Pet restrictions are no more than 4. Very typical things. There's nothing outlandish when you look in those docs that would really have you avoid purchasing a home in here, unless you're someone that doesn't like an HOA, which we get that too.
How has the real estate market in this area impacted the sales and pricing of the development?
We haven't seen much of hit on pricing. There's some inventory homes that you'd like to get off the books, so we had extra incentive for things like that. But we really try to hold our price point for the value for our buyers and for our appraisals. So as a builder, you still want to always keep going. You want to always keep making money. It is a business.
Yeah, but you're
This whole
passing that value on to the people who bought it because
right,
if it bottoms out, all of a sudden their equity and value is gone. So you
right.
want to maintain.
And that's the goal for us, is to not hurt our homeowners or anyone really around us.
Can you share any success stories or testimonials from current residents that highlight their experience living in development?
When I started with West Bay, I opened a brand new community down in Venice.
Absolutely.
So I live in a West Bay home.
Okay.
And
That's pretty strong testimony right there.
yeah, and even better, I didn't work for West Bay when I purchased my home. I worked for another builder, but
Right.
at the same time, I had such a great experience with my build and my walkthrough and my construction manager. And I remember going through my walk and saying, "Man, this house is so beautiful." I think the construction manager put up more tape than I did because I was like, "Dude, I love this house." So much so that after I was done, I went to the management team and asked if they had a position. And it took a few months, but they got me to come over from a different builder.
Nice.
And that's just super testimony to the product.
Absolutely. Someone comes in and says, would you recommend these houses? Go. As a matter of fact, I can.
Yes.
Let me show you mine.
Yep. Yeah, it's awesome. And most, actually, there's a lot of our agents do live in a West Bay home for that reason.
That's awesome to hear. What else would you like to share with listeners about coming out and checking out Crosswind, looking in the area in West Bay?
I think Parrish is just a great spot for, there's a wide variety, whether it's West Bay or not West Bay. Parrish itself is just so exploding with new homes and value and families. It's just such a great opportunity to be out here. Crosswind Ranch specifically, if you don't want to be right in the middle of hustle bustle and you want some scenery, you know, we're a great spot to be. The homes look great. You have gas community, which is another tough thing to find in Parrish itself. There's a few, but it's tough. And a lot of our Northeast buyers, I'm from the Northeast, we like gas communities, we like gas stovetops. It's just a nicer way to cook. I think, personally, I think anyway. But yes, I think Parrish itself is just the new thing. You're so centrally located, like we talked about, to Sarasota, to St. Pete, to Tampa. It's very easy to get to any major hub without having to spend that real high premium. Now, is the pricing getting there? Yeah, it's getting there. We'd like to urge people to move to Parrish sooner than later, some value. And even seeing Homes by West Bay here now having a good, strong hold, we do have a higher end, higher price point product. And as we open more communities, all we're going to do is drive the value up of every other product in the area. Seeing that ticket item in this area is a huge testimony to Parrish.
Thank you for coming on and joining me today. I appreciate you spending that time with me today.
Jim, thank you so much.
And that wraps up another sunny episode of Jim Sells the Suncoast. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the ins and outs of buying and selling homes here in our beautiful slice of Florida. I hope you found valuable insights and a little bit of inspiration to help you on your real estate adventure. Remember, whether you're looking to buy, sell, or simply soak up the Suncoast lifestyle, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review so that we can keep shining bright together. Until next time, keep dreaming big and let's turn those dreams into a reality, one home at a time.